Kwa kitanda bro. We.
Bro kwa kitanda ushedinya poko?
No.
Alafu bro poko anaweza kudinya.
Napenda vile hiyo story imedai hivyo. Dinya poko no.
Usisema hivyo. Ni kama mtu
have you
Mimi I've had a blow job from someone who didn't have teeth. Yeah. Alikuwa kibogoyo.
Wait a minute. Hey! Wait a minute.
I love how surprised you are. Yeah,
what do you mean now? Do you realize from the time of the show, this has been saying things that have been
and we still haven't gone to our topic.
Like when he said, like right now when he said he'll stick his finger.
Bro, let me tell you.
Then now he says that he got head.
Nyonywa dick. Unajua kuna wale wenyewe wana try not to stick your dick into their teeth or whatever.
Brainy, she chucked her teeth and she put the teeth down.
Oh, in a glass, bro.
Let me tell you. Mimi na mama ndio stuff nafanyika vi. Umetoka mbio. Muti ya kana.
Mwana uje nyonywa.
Shimzi.
Shailamba.
Shimzi, wesikia ati ndio mwana meno hivi. Anaweka kwa glass. Catch me, miss me with that shit right there. No way.
Like cut it.
Ambiwa umenyonywa dick fiti. Trust me. Kuna watu wananyonywa dick na wajui.
Bro, was it a 50-year-old?
No man. Alipata accident. Alikuwa na accident.
So she had dentures?
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
So I had a BJ on gums, bruh. Can you imagine your fucking gums?
I can't believe it.
Unajua history.
I can't believe it.
Mr. Kitupotee. Mimi nataka turudi ku.
Yes, actually guys, yes please. We're going back to topic. But before we go even any further,
loves your money, not you, because remember in the first part we were talking about what attracts a woman. What makes her wet for you. Unajua.
Wet for you?
Just unajua. Like
okay, but a fine example.
But
we've used
just
Muti.
before we even go further, on the table and then you left me
before we even go further, Muti.
Not even covered with a fucking towel.
Yes.
You guys have undressed you like this.
Like,
before we go further, guys, please, this Friday we'll be again at Gucci.
At the fucking
Thursday.
Gucci Lounge. Friday
talk was
Friday,
Gucci.
guys. Again, please catch us at the Bang. Remember, it is Rogue offers, Rogue nights. And again on Friday we will be at Gucci Lounge. It's going to be an amazing Friday. Please pull up, come with your friends. And Gucci Lounge is a place to be. It's a very Gucci place.
Yeah, it's super Gucci.
It's Gucci.
Yeah, it's Gucci, baby.
It's Gucci. So guys, please come through, have one-on-one with us, fun as well. And remember, guys, we have a new show premiering on Rogue Radio called Sex Sexy KE coming up very soon. So guys, please tune in. If you have any questions about sex, if you have any questions, that's a show for you.
On 420, baby.
Yeah, that'll be a show for you. Coming very soon.
The official.
Mimi nitakuwa kuja ka professor.
Weka salt. Like just
The
sprinkle it.
Just
sprinkle all the salts.
I've had more shit than you people.
Yeah, we're sure. Me personally, I'm sure.
Mtu amekuwa na mswa kutoa dentures. And then he removes the dentures. Bro, dentures. They want to dentures.
I think between Lizu and your sexual experience in Azafika, probably like Madam Kasutatu.
Wait a minute.
If I'm estimating.
Go back. No, wait. You're saying me and him combined our body counts are 300.
Yeah, this one is
300.
So tattoo is
only.
So if you add, see only,
Me, my body count is not even anyway. But let me just say,
don't expose yourself. Don't expose yourself.
Guessing hujafika chwani.
Chwani ni 50.
50, yeah.
That's even too. Sorry.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, that's too much. That's me. Okay, me. I'll say I've not even reached 20. I'm below 20.
20?
Yes, I'm below 20.
Those are low digits, man. Don't.
No, me it's a gift.
Up your game, like
no, mine it's an honor if I give it to you. It's an honor if I give it to you. It's an honor if I give it to you. It's a gift.
Thou.
Thou.
Easy. I believe it.
Wait a minute.
I believe it.
Any mistake check yangu I laugh so badly.
No, for real, man.
Down.
Down.
1,000.
I believe it.
1,000.
Me, I believe it.
Like 1,000 bob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob moja.
Giri.
Like
Giri.
a
Ado
whole-
giri.
A whole
Ndovu ni
entire
cool.
school, a whole
Ndovu
entire
ni
school.
Ndovu ni cool.
Ndovu ni cool.
You're not even for real.
Itabidi wanijue.
Hey.
Coming from you.
These are for real. What comes 1,000?
No, it's not.
Ah.
As in, for me, I think I reached 1,000 when I was 26, bro.
That's like you in a year.
Hey.
Or two.
Saying, yani,
Oh wow, Muti, that's a low blow.
no, let me tell you, kuna kitu, kuna reality to hit. Unajua, mimi, bana, if you can get sex, you can get sex, you know.
It's just that easy.
If you can get sex, you can get sex.
Bro,
So imagine, unaona kitambo, madem wangeficha their body count.
Yeah.
Unajua?
I would have been like, guys, I'm a virgin.
But if you
In
imagine
fact-
them supu
In
na
fact-
akona sexual appeal.
It's very possible.
Unadhani ameapproachiwa na watu wangapi?
Very many,
In
but she
one
can
year,
keep. She can keep.
unadhani huyo dem amechukua dick ngapi?
Yeah, easily. That.
In one
Muti,
year.
can I ask you body count? Are you comfortable to answer?
No,
Arrange.
but
Arrange,
yeah,
give it a
I really
range.
wanna know.
A range. Give
A
us
range.
a range.
And you are considering who dick machali na madem. So wewe tuambie.
Ah, no. Now you see, that's
see,
combined body count.
I know, yeah, I know.
I'm just
It's
saying.
a body count is a body count.
Huyo ameshtuka, huyo
A body is a
ameshtuka na
body.
1,000. Huyo ameshtuka na 1,000 for
Ah,
me.
no,
Damn.
no.
Umeshtuka na 1,000
Yangu
for
hata
me.
Yeah.
haijafika
Every
kio.
Haujafika.
I know.
Let me tell you, bra.
I don't even think I've gotten to your chwani. No,
Shwani.
chwani imetoka wapi?
John, he thought I had reached 50.
Oh, he thought.
Yeah, so you.
Shwani.
Yeah, I think.
Come on.
I'd say in
Ongeleni
the,
ukweli. Let me tell you.
in the
Tuongeleni.
In the late 30s. Muti, are you?
In the 30s.
yeah. I'm thinking actually between 20 and 30.
Come on.
Both sexes for you.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Okay.
Because I'm like, my girls, luckily, I am very exclusive, by the way, with my women. I think that's the one thing. If I was to go on a female diet, hashtag.
So let me ask you.
You Nikki.
Like
It would
female
be
dad.
Oh,
Hey, no.
What is that?
It
What
will
is
be
Dom, let me ask you.
no, the female
Female,
diet.
hashtag.
The female.
Condom or not?
Hey,
No,
hey,
always,
bro.
always
Me.
proper.
Okay, for me.
Unadinya udem.
Uh-huh.
Yani.
Oh, me
Oh,
and
I
Muti.
oh.
Oh, Muti. Oh, okay.
Condom or not?
But
Oh, I knew type like Muti. Yeah. It's strap up.
Come on, man. It's
Muti.
you talking
Muti,
about
Muti's
shit.
like strap up,
It's
baby.
condom or not? For her.
I trust
Condom or
no
not?
one.
No.
Trust
Wait.
Okay,
Una
me, can I tell
opinion
you?
on this shit.
Okay, for me, I can't because I'm allergic to latex.
So
I have a
it's-
genuine
it's
allergic.
raw,
I have a-
that shit.
I have a
You're
genuine
a
allergy.
nigga who's allergic to
Bro, for
latex.
real. I get
It's a
inflamed
wrap.
and I itch.
Wala
It's
hata
a wrap.
mimi-
What the fuck
hata
is
mimi-
wrong with
hata
you,
mimi
man?
kuna wakati hiyo latex haingii.
Bro, I
Unajua ni
swear.
kama ime contract.
Bro, I have a small
Yeah, I have
problem.
that.
Yo must be
Someone-
sick with something, cause
Even me,
what
I'm
the
like, wow.
fuck?
Let me ask you
So
this.
in short, your niggas can't wear condoms.
So
Yeah,
me,
no,
that's
they
what I'm
don't
saying.
wrap up.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
Mimi naleta
I'll have to,
naleta point
I'll have to
fulani.
bring my own.
When I
Middle
joke, when I was
points.
joking, right? For me, when I have sex with you, I have to be 100% sure.
Mm.
Like I me, that's why I don't have sex with anybody.
Okay.
I can't have sex with anybody. For me,
Come on,
Those-
I have to.
man.
I
those-
have to.
Those
Wewe ni
gift
nini
stories.
wewe?
Let me
Wewe
tell
sasa unaongea ni
He's
kama
young.
uko Facebook.
He's young.
No.
Wacha
He's
nikwambie
young.
kitu
It's
moja.
Let him.
No,
let-
it's
Hey,
let
bro.
it happen.
Let me
Let
tell
it
you.
happen. Let
Let me
it
tell
express
you.
himself.
It's not about age.
Let me tell you.
Listen, it's not about age, Moti. For
Yo,
me,
bro.
What-
Sijakataa.
I'm
What-
allergic.
Ew.
Like, do you know, I had a very bad experience, right? So there's one time
Your dick almost fell off.
No, I was
Unaweza
no, I
kuuliza
was with
kitu.
someone, and then
Okay.
I wore a condom, and then I thought she had given me something because of how allergic I was getting.
Come
So I
on,
went
man.
through mass testing. Only for the doctor to tell me
Yeah.
that you're allergic to.
Acha nikuulize.
You're allergic to latex, so you need to be careful.
Let me ask you.
So I just can't strap. I don't strap. Like for me, I have to know that you're okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So for me, I don't like guys. By the time I'm getting to the bed with you, we have done like proper testing. I'm not talking about the instant.
Umeenda dirorasho.
I'm not talking about the instant.
Umeenda
Like, you know,
dirorasho.
there's this proper test, like the ELISA test and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so we do proper testing. So me, there's no error.
Okay.
I know that you're good.
All right.
Yeah.
So dirorasho umeenda.
That actually brings me to other questions like,
Wacha
what do you
niulize
do
hii.
for
Kuna kitu nataka
the sexual
kuuliza.
precautions?
Nataka kuuliza before tuende huko.
Okay.
Brother, I'm just asking. asked you. You know Muti.
Ah, yes.
You know Muti.
Condom on a condom?
You know Muti, man. And then
Why are you saying it like that? Mimi nataka mpaka watu wakuone like proper. I'm like, what do you mean you know me?
wanakuona
Uh-huh.
unajua umejipanua hapa. Unajua ile ya ingia ama usiingie.
Enter or don't enter.
As in umejipanua.
Okay.
Brother, umesema
Unatafuta condom wapi? Situation, but
at that particular time, for me knowing myself, I won't use that. To be if I'm being real.
if he knows
So
himself.
Muti,
Yes.
ni watu wangapi umwaseduce hivyo? Yaani ile najua upenda condom au upendi?
Strap up.
Strap up. Sasa ni watu wangapi umwaseduce hivyo ile umejileta alafu kwa watu pia condom na wakaitumia?
Sitabidi. Ama? Like, for me, it's not a negotiable. Like, unless I decide to go raw with you, Dizo. Check it, just strap up or get the fuck out of my face. It's just
For
that
real?
simple. Yeah. You think that it's enough what you, oh, you know, babe, no, now we can go. No.
So can dem?
It's, no. I see, sure is.
No dem
a
na
different
umbinya
terminology.
bila condom.
And also, that's why I talked
Anakamia.
about my exclusivity with shorties. It's like, I remember we had this conversation also. Kwa hiyo gari tu
With who?
ya
Man's like dog?
No, yeah. It was with Pato.
Yes,
But-
yes. Me,
yeah,
you, and V.
Pato alikuwa anasema, shout out by the Pato Madara, who is not here, but we miss you, girl. Alikuwa anasema, ati girls are careful. Nikamwambia no, girls are careless. Girls, in my opinion, are more even careless than guys. So, if it's a shorty, I'll take now those extra precautions done. I'll be like, yo, let's get tested. Let's be sure.
Bro,
let's
you do that shit for real.
let's
testing?
let's do the 9 yards.
Testings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mbaya.
For real.
Hey, bro, make I don't play. I don't like Gaza. Me, by the time we're even having sex,
It's serious,
I know your
by the way.
testing. I know your statuses. I know shit about. At least I even know your what favorite color you like.
And the sad thing, by the way,
I don't need all
in
that
this other
shit.
case,
don't need all
sadly,
that
sai machali pia wamelegeza. They're
No.
not they're
Unless
not very many
kutumia-
guys like you are willing to do the due diligence.
Yo, bro.
May know a guy
Nini.
who went, shagged his side wake alikuwa na a thing. He gave his main, and the next thing he knows, his main is like at the doctor.
But kuna
ends
watu
up
wengi
in-
wenye ufiche
It's-
kitu.
na si ndo nakwambia, and for me, what my takeaway from the story was he got it from a shorty, regardless. In as much as
girls
him,
are
he got
bro,
it.
girls are very careless.
Yeah, like, yo.
Girls even
Be very careful.
especially this generation.
And it's not even about, for me, the carelessness. It's also the fact that we can get a much wider spectrum. Guys don't know this, but because of like the
Mnaongelea nini?
tunaongelea hygiene and
Hygiene
pussy.
gani?
We're talking about
You see-
pussy,
girl- you
okay?
see
I'm
girls,
just
bro, let me
saying
tell you, actually.
dicks as
Ebu-
opposed
just
to
go.
You see like even
pussy.
you
Okay.
see like even
Like
like even
pussies
for
can
example
have a lot more disease
HIV for example.
than
HIV right now
dicks.
is actually not as rampant as it was before. Because right now guys are very aware. VCTs are everywhere.
Yeah.
Self-test kits are only 500. In fact, some are even 350, depending on where you buy.
Can I
Even
ask you
200.
something?
So you find that those ones, but on a spectrum, in terms of women, like there are so many things you can get infected from a girl. If she's
Yes.
not clean, she can give you bacterial infections and stuff like that.
She can
Like
give you
the
a fungal
spectrum,
infection,
yeah,
she
fungal
can give you a
infections,
viral
like,
infection.
Like this,
and
Nene is very
the
wide.
sad thing is, not even that, it's the fact that before the symptoms show in men,
It takes some time.
it takes a while. So you can easily have something and not even know you have it, but you're actively passing it on to other women who you're engaging with sex with.
Naomba tu.
Yes.
Mnaongelea
Tumeenda
reality.
tumeenda
In
medical.
reality, bro.
Mnaongelea reality.
Yes.
Unajua hapo mmeenda medical kidogo.
No, but it's
bana,
just true.
you know the
It's
reality.
real
true,
talk.
V.
But it's
You
real
know
talk.
the
But we'll
reality.
come back. We're
If
coming
only,
back.
if only we were talking lies.
Okay, let me
I
let
wish.
me talk
But
about
we're not.
reality.
We're
Let me
not.
talk about reality. Huyu namba zake zinagonga 20 to 30. Tuongelee reality. 20 to 30 Oliver protection.
Yes, I would say 20. What? No, let's put it at 80% of whatever number.
Na kwa hivyo umedinya madik mingi kuliko mapusi.
Yes, because I've been actively a heterosexual more than I have.
Bro,
been.
nda kuniambia yani at 100% your body count is 10.
13. Oh, 14.
14.
Mm.
Kwa hao 14, hao 14 wote 80% umewadinya na CD.
No, because half of
That
them,
is my
half of them have been. I was dating them.
No, 80. So nika
But
wote.
More than half
Also-
of more
So
than
you
half
need
have been
50,
relationships.
60.
More than half have been relationships with them.
Actually, that's a very interesting point. that
Ndio
you
inasema hivi
put in.
bro. Let me tell you guys.
Sex versus people
Tuongeleeni
dated.
reality.
Is it the same?
Reality on the ground,
Mhm.
whatever happens on the ground.
Mhm. Mhm.
Ni mara ngapi umeenda mahali kwenda kuona dem
Mm.
na unajua utamkula na umebeba CD.
Mhm.
But moment ime exceed CD.
That's
Unajua
a,
ile?
that's a real thing.
Yeah?
It's a real thing.
Ile you're like, okay, where is the CD? You're like, the
I
moment you
am
go for that CD,
dead.
you kill this moment.
I am actually dead.
Imagine it's
At
a
the
real,
moment,
it's,
it
it's
may
a real
exit
thing.
CD.
It's a real thing.
That should be the campaign. That should be the campaign, by the way.
How
that
many
should
times
never
has that shit
happen.
happened?
That should never happen. What you talking
What do
about?
you mean? Look,
And let me
Muti,
tell you, I
you are
understand
not
as
to have
guys.
sex, you are
I
not
understand
to
as
have
guys
sex.
how you can
Imagine
say
you are
that.
not to have sex.
But
Wait a minute.
for
Wait
me
a
as a
minute. Wait a
shorty,
minute. Wait a minute.
I'm like,
Sorry to catch
e moment is
Sorry
Z.
to catch
I
you
have
guys
to
short.
check you. I have to bring you back to the moment. I'm like, yo.
Sorry to catch you
Yo.
guys short.
We were not to have sex.
Okay.
Kumbuka hiyo.
Okay.
We were not.
Mm, mm,
Muti,
mm,
moment imeweza.
mm,
Hadi ikakuwa
Badly.
nakumbuka hadi wewe unadai CD.
mm.
Na pia mimi nakumbuka nilibeba CD.
Mpaka iko kwa mfuko. It's even in the
Haiko
pockets.
hapa, haiko.
Oh, okay.
Nikisema make seed. Ni juu CD. Pengine nimetoa jako. Iko sitting room.
Unatanga sasa nitaanza kuendea hiyo CD na huko.
Niende huko. Ama and then unajua wewe
Hii
sasa hizo
kitu.
umeichukua mshelele hadi unaidirect. Unajua
Maze,
ile
it's even like, yo.
you're just rubbing.
Like,
Si ati unataka
everything.
iingie, you're rubbing it, you know. CD
But by
iko
that
wapi?
point, you're rubbing. You're already in.
Yes, no, nashangaa, I'm like, what you saying? But also, no.
Guys, wait.
Ongelea
Wait.
ukweli.
We are
Hiyo
going
ndo
completely
nasema.
off topic.
Nataka
Yes, off
reality.
topic.
We're off
Off
topic.
topic
Yes, off
manade.
topic.
No, no.
Dongwan kanyo.
That.
Mimi nimeenda niko na condom.
Yeah, what translate?
Anasema si tuko hapo, tuko
Setting off topic. Brother, let me tell you. With your sweetheart, umekunywa dem. Umeenda na dem hadi mahali. Then you remember
Love
umeacha CD kwa glove compartment.
In the car.
Bra, no uko third floor. Unajua, na dem ako ready, dem ako sawa.
Okay, me knowing myself.
Ako third floor.
Me knowing myself.
Are you
Ako
gonna?
third floor.
I'm about to
Hiyo ni
die.
uongo. Dive ni wewe.
Huh?
Nashuka third from very fast.
Ajofala.
Nashuka.
Third floor unashuka nini? Mlango imefungwa.
No problem. I go home. Me you can. I don't. That.
No,
let me tell you.
ambenye mjui reality.
That's your loss. Me normally.
sasa
Mimi
turudi
amsidai.
hapa. Mimi nataka turudi kwa the topic of the day. Hapo tumeveer off.
Okay.
Truly.
Tulikuwa tumeenda hapo
Tumenianika
kidogo
hapa kwa meza.
tukapapasa lakini
I still
Sasa,
feel so
the topic of the
exposed.
day
Let me just
is-
mention.
she loves your money.
What did
She doesn't love you.
Let me
Can
say.
I
Can
just-
I
no,
start?
no.
Sorry.
Please, no, me, I want to
Muti,
start
let me
off.
say
As
something.
the person who you
Okay.
just exposed here, you just laid me on the table.
Ah,
Ukasema,
yeah,
oh,
take
sijui
it,
fuck
take
my
it.
brain. Oh, sijui
Actually,
fuck
no,
my
you
personality.
need to be very
oh,
precise.
sijui,
He
like,
said like this.
yes, like
so
fuck my
angle
brain
it.
in the front.
Yeah.
Like,
Tutamwaga.
what else? What else? If you can give me sex, yeah, that's, you know,
Utanisikia kwa uterus.
that's something I can easily forgo. I will tell you easily. Guys, let's not get it twisted. Resources, aka finances, because I believe for me in this life, it's either you have one or the other as a guy. Hawezi kosa zote. I feel a guy who lacks both finance and resource, now we cannot talk. Hatuwezi bonga.
Wait a minute, Muti.
Yes.
Because me
Finance and
that thing
resource
normally
Yes.
bugs me so
No.
much.
Finance is
Unaweza
resource.
kosa
It's
do
one and the
in
same
that.
thing.
No, yeah, it's one and the same thing.
You
but
know,
unamaanishaje
you use
finance
them
and
differently when it comes
You
to
said
the
you can
context of a
you
relationship.
can have not
You
looks
understand?
and no money.
No, I'm saying
Just
you
wait,
can't
wait.
have
Uh-huh.
a what
Namuongelea
a lack of liquid funds
Mm-hmm.
and also lack resources that you can bank in the context of a relationship. Okay, I have met guys who don't have the most money, but who have very good relationships, who have good credit, good standing in the society, and you find that these are all things that you can use to get ahead in the context of
But let me tell
being
you,
the woman in this
but
man's life.
you know something.
But now you lack all these things, and then guess what? You don't even have cash.
Do you know something? You know, like
It's
this.
gonna be hard.
You see the
It's
thing
gonna
is,
be hard.
you
It
see-
doesn't matter
So-
how much you're fucking me in the middle of
Before-
my brain, or how much you're what, or how much you're, or how much sex you're giving me. At the end of the day,
No, there's
my
something.
logic will come to play as a woman.
I 100% agree with you.
Okay.
But there's
It's the
something that
21st
you
century.
see,
No,
you see that
man.
pressure.
It's the 21st
Before I
fucking
say
century.
You
what I
100% you are making sense, bro.
Ah.
Let me tell you. Hey. Hey,
Bazu ameamka.
as a man. who
As
do-
a man.
as-
Vile umesikia? Yes, a man,
As a
bwana.
man.
Yes,
Yes.
aja.
Wow.
Hey.
As a man,
Who
tell us.
dem anafaa kuwa na mbawa kuona. As a man.
Aje unambawisha
Wewe
na
ulinichagua
nini?
aje? Wewe ulinichagua
And
aje?
you see that's the thing.
I'm your man, right? Bas. The moment ulinichagua aje? Usianze za
It's on a
ati ni-
particular context. That's true.
bas,
Exactly.
unaona?
Yes.
But you're my woman.
Yes.
Nikikuja nifanye chapo imekama. Unajua na for
Sa
real.
cheki hapo ndo discussion iko dizo as in saa hii mayengs wanaacha kuchagua wasee juu ya kukuwa man, wanachagua wasee juu ya kukuwa na kakitu.
Bro,
Unaona?
hiyo kukuwa na kakitu.
Design
tunasema
yenye
yani,
hata saa hii aimata ka unaweza piga yengs mjelele ama
hapana.
uwezi bora
Bro,
na kakitu.
kukuwa na kakitu
Hapana.
imekuwa
Imagine
all
that's the
along
reality right
in
now.
our lives.
I understand.
No, but that's
what you're
reality
saying, but
right now.
That's
He's on,
that's
bro.
not
V,
true.
on point.
That's not
Kukuwa na
true.
I agree
kakitu.
with you, V.
That's not true.
Ebu dizo explain alafu tuendelee kwa nyinyi wengine.
Kukuwa na kakitu tumekuwa nayo all along.
That's true.
Bro,
Provision.
madem walikuwa naendea mwenye anaweza provide since day one.
Show me you can give me 100 cows.
Yeah.
Rurasho. #Rurasho.
Mienda sijui kuna
Beshade, na
sijui
sure.
kuna
Yes.
wangapi.
What is that you did this? Shoulder?
Yeah.
Yeah, for real,
It's
sijui
the
kuna
Rurasho.
wangapi. Sijui kuna wangapi. But when you come to me, mi nionyeshe tu naweza nichukua. You know, provision. As a man, the moment mi nimechukua hata mademu 8, hata uende waambie nini. Waambie unajua mwanamume wako ana cheat. They don't give a shit. Huyu mwanamume mwenye ana cheat huyo ameniweka hapa hivi kwa hii nyumba. Amenipatia gari. Analipia mtoto wangu kwa hapa. So, mi sijui unaniambia nini.
What are you talking? What's she talking?
Unajua ndenda na hii kesi kwa hao.
What's she talking?
Bro, hii ni kitu tumekuwa nayo. So, cash na love.
Ni one and the same thing.
One and the same thing. Cash in Africa has been love. Provision in Africa has been love. In Western, cash is love. Au wanatuletea cash, tunawaambia hii cash venye mmetuletea ni provision.
Sasa hapo ndo mimi nakam. Kwa provision na kuna cash. Unaelewa?
Bas.
Kwa provision
Na ndio nilikuwa nakwambia, ndio nilikuwa
hebu-
nimeanza na
hebu
kusema,
sema,
yeah.
ehe.
Hapo the aspect of having resource as a man does not always equate liquid capital. Yeah? If you go to guys right now who are okay, let me speak for myself. May have those cousins of mine who live huko exterior, unanipata. They're not people with a lot of money, but somehow they're people who are supporting families. You get me? There's always one takeaway from me from the kind of lifestyle that is adapted in the city versus the countryside. In the countryside, you bank on resource. Hata kama unaka kitu, you may not have 100 shillings to get through the day. But imagine, your people know where they're going to get the skumas, the nyanyas, the meat, the everything else that they need to make those things. And that's where I go back to Dizo's point of provision. To provide for a woman, you don't necessarily have to have liquid
cash.
capital. You just need to have resource. And resource for me in the 21st century comes in many ways, shapes and forms. Yeah, I know people who have resource through social capital, nothing else. Wale wase umse anajua, maze anajua, anaenda anaambia mama mboga, my friend, hizo do next week. In fact, even in 3 weeks you'll have it. And guess what? You as the wifey, you just know, mi naendanga hapo, nachukua vitu zangu, naenda home, napikia watoi wangu.
Au
Unanipata?
mwisho wa mwezi
Mwisho wa wezi, nani atasort? Me
in
don't
short,
know how he
wewe
sorts
utaka
that.
kujua
So you
venye
get
wewe
now,
utaka
as the
kujua venye
nigga,
kunaenda.
exactly.
We
As
bora
the nigga,
umeget.
as the nigga, you know that I don't have to pay that woman any liquid cash on a daily. but I need to extend to her something at the end of the month, so that I keep my provisions going for my family. Does that make sense?
That makes quite a bit of sense.
So that's the 21st century living, and that's what I was gonna say. As a guy right now, you have to have one, either or, because if you lack both, itakuwa very hard for you to be appealing to another nigga. We're also living. I don't understand why we don't talk about the 21st century age of choice. We're like, yes, we talk about provisions and all these things, but we also don't talk about right now. There's the ratio of women to man is what?
3 to 1.
3 to 1.
Yeah, 3
so
to 1.
I'm like, fine. Us women are still many, but at the end of the day, you should know there's probably 2 or 3 other niggas who are also propositioning me. So I'm like, at the end of the day, even you as a nigga, you get. By the way, let's talk about it. Diesel, let's talk about it right now. Basically, what we're saying, what we have normalized right now is, kila mwanamume atakuwa na mademka watatu. So for me as a woman, what are my choices? I can be the first of 3 women, or I can be one of the 3 women. But for me as a woman, I also have to pick the kind of guy whose woman I'm becoming, first, second, or third. You understand? So I'm like, you as a nigga, if you can't keep me as your even fucking second or third, what business have I sticking there? You have no resources, you have no capital. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Let me tell you.
Easy.
Okay.
Nimeenda hapi.
Damn, V.
Okay. As a woman,
You're analyzing yourself.
It's just a female perspective. Again, it's just a female perspective.
Kuambia nataka kuwa wapi. Unaniget? They must kuja kuambia nafaa kuwa wapi.
These are your man who wants to live in oblivion.
You're
that guy who's like, nigga, Ati, what I don't know won't hurt me.
No.
I'm like, you'd rather know it.
Nigga, just have money. Just have kwa hii situation tuko.
Hapana. Si pesa.
Time tuko sahi.
Si pesa tu.
Just have money.
Si pesa tu.
Mimi naweza kubaliana na Dizo.
Have money and then from there.
Maliza alafu nikuambie.
Si pesa tu, and I will go back to what Dom asked us at the beginning of the episode, yeah? For the under 25s or even over 25s, what is the love language right now?
Sasa you're gonna bonga.
Haya.
Your love language yoneni kwa movie. Unaniget? Dem mwenye anataka love language aende katafute do akuje atafute love language. Unaniget? As a man, just fucking provide.
Hapo umeleta point interesting sana. Juu mimi nilikuwa nimeandika hata hapo hivyo. Kasa hii mwanaume anafaa kukuwa na right ya kusema pia mimi nadai dem mwenye kuna kakitu.
Ni ukweli. You have that right.
Juu sai
guess what?
Kakitu pekee unafaa asa mwanamume unafaa kushout. Leo na dai ugali na shrimp. Bro, don't tell me. Sijui shrimp aziko leo.
You figure out where to get that.
You figure
it out. It's called Diesel is very old school.
Extremely.
Very.
There's
and
like,
you know what? I'm giving you that money to do that shit, you know.
There's an entire
like for real,
between you two.
Mimi,
so.
unaona demu wangu, wacha nikwambie, demu wangu atakuweka. Unaniget? Demu wangu atakuweka.
So for you,
as your pal.
Let me
uwezieka demu wangu.
Demu wake. I get what he's saying. I get the angle he's speaking. But now I've just realized one thing. The dynamics here are so different. Because he's saying at Giamta anasema ugali na shrimp.
But you know what, sijaisema kwa ubaya kwa sababu unaona nikisema hivyo, I mean ile in the sense that ni bibi yangu ananijua, unajua? Bibi yangu anangoja we unajua.
You know the kind of man you married.
Okay, so can I ask you a question, Dizo? Your lady, you come home and you're providing and all those things, right? But women nowadays are very empowered.
I know.
Women are very empowered.
a woman? Just tell me women.
Women are very empowered. No, nowadays women are not. Nowadays women are not
A woman is a woman, man.
A woman
No,
is
no,
a
no.
woman.
Let me say
is a
something.
woman.
A woman is a woman.
Let me tell you something.
No, don't just finish the scenario.
A woman is a woman. Just finish.
You'll
it.
start a whole other argument.
I'm
you
like,
want
you're
Just go with it.
you're
Let's go
tying
with it.
yourself up.
No,
Bro,
Just go with
finish
it.
your
I
scenario.
will speak with confidence.
Don't do it.
Finish your
It's
scenario.
a
to.
democratic
finish.
country. Yeah. Women have not been empowered before. True
Okay.
or false?
What do you mean?
From the
can
past,
give
they
you
have not
No,
been
no,
examples.
no, no, no.
Wait,
I can
wait
give
a
you
minute.
examples
Wait
of
a
women
minute.
being empowered.
No.
Build your
let's-
scenario. That's what I'm
we've
saying.
We've said
Build
on
your
this
scenario.
show-
Otherwise, we'll build into something
No,
else.
so
Nikupe
no,
wanawake
guys,
wamekuwa
let's
sawa.
stop. Let's stop arguing for the sake of arguing.
No,
We said
see,
on
for
this
the
show
sake.
before that right now we live in the age of feminism. Like feminism has never
Muti.
been more rife than it is.
Listen,
Unajua,
yeah,
niambie
so-
chief wa Kikuyu. Chief wa Kikuyu mwenye unajua ni mwanamume ni mgani?
See, I'm sure wako.
You see, you're sure wako, lakini machifu wote si tunajua based on whatever the shallow knowledge we know, the chiefs of Kikuyu ni madem.
And I will say this with
Okay.
confidence.
Yeah?
Skia Dizo, before uendelee, just because there's feminism, muti, does not mean
It equals
women
empowerment.
will ever and should ever forget the place of a man.
We've been
Don't
having
ever.
queens. Says England iko na queen. Iko na queen.
You got me with the
lakini
should.
aisahau
I was
king.
with you until you said should, and I'm like,
But anyway,
Fuck it,
tunaweza
bro.
endelea.
Okay, I was giving an example.
please, please.
It's all good.
Finish the exam.
Should never.
The exam.
Should never.
But I was going to answer me. We'll talk about that after the show.
Yeah, conflap.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a
So
conflap.
let me ask you this: when you come home, you've come home earlier than your wife. You provide.
No,
everything.
no, I can never come earlier than my wife.
Yeah, he's said it again other times on the show.
Okay, this
We're
is
so sorry, Dom.
This is an example.
No, I can't.
If that example changed.
Example.
Yeah.
Okay. You've gotten home.
Yeah.
Your wife hasn't cooked for you yet.
Yeah.
She says a genuine reason. Maybe she was held up with her friends or something.
Her friends.
Yeah. She was.
I'm her friend.
No, she was.
What do you mean?
You're her primary friend.
I'm a primary friend.
I'm wondering how did you
Which
have
friends?
friends
Okay, let's say
when
she
Other
I
was.
was
friends?
involved?
No, so she's having tea or something. Muti.
What do you mean tea?
But wait, when
She's
you
gone for cocktails, eh?
okay, me personally, let me say this, right? And this is for for the future self. Me, I personally encourage.
Future Dom.
I've always told myself, I'll always encourage my wife to have her time. Like, and end up, okay, cocktails. She debriefs. She can't be telling me about issues about me. Do you understand? Like, I can't be the reason she's upset and then she's venting it to me. Like, she needs a second opinion. It'll be biased. You get me? I'll understand, but I'll give a biased opinion because it's
Bro,
human
she
nature.
has a second opinion on you.
No,
full
she needs
time,
she
and
needs
she
a
never
second
tells you
opinion.
shit.
So nasema ume come home.
Hashtag toxicity Dizo.
Ume come home.
Hashtag
Ume
toxicity.
come home.
Ah.
Then she's still issues her friends and then she can't cook for you. She's tired. She wants to sleep. Can
Bro,
you
let
enter
me
the
tell
kitchen?
you.
And
Muti, it's
No.
actually a fact,
Wait,
and
wait,
I
wait.
want to go on what Dizo
Me, I
has
want
said.
to know why
It's
you're
actually a
directing
fact.
it to me.
Toxicity.
Hey,
Why did
Toxicity
you say
ni-
muti?
Wacha nimjibu.
yeah.
Let me tell you. Unaona shida yenu ni mnaleta scenarios. This is not a debate. She's my wife.
Yes.
Sitafika home kama sijui yuko home. Let me tell you. Sitafika home kama sijui hayuko home. Unajua wife wangu ataniambia hey babe yenyewe sijafika huko. Nimwambie niko hapa na hapa. What do I order for you? Yenyewe siwezi fika saa hii nipike. You get me? By the time nafika home, mimi na wife wangu tumesquare kila kitu. Nyinyi wenye mnaishi kwa nyumba yangu ndio mtajisort. But me and my wife have sorted ourselves. Wala ataniuliza yenyewe babe leo I'm tired. In fact nitafika home late. Alafu what do you need? Nimwambie what's the options, ni hivi na hivi na hivi, sawa nigetie hii. You know, mimi sifiki home ati nashtuka, hajafika.
it's a surprise. Surprise. I'm not home.
What do you mean? You give me.
But where is it? Well, I'm learning this now.
No, not even that. Me, I want to hear what we had to say because
we
was so pressed directing some
oh.
shit at me.
I'm not reaching home if my wife
It's a
hasn't
proven
told
fact.
me about
What is it a
shit.
proven fact, sir?
Unaweza fika home mbele and can you get home before your wife?
What the fuck you mean, man?
Bro,
misika
hiyo ni
dizo
swali gani? No.
ati lazima nifike before ati lazima nifike after Yanks. Lakini trust me, wallahi sigusi ene. Sigusi.
Chakula.
Utaniwai niko kwa PS ama na watch news ama na watch show venye ilienda.
Naenda nakwambia nyinyi ndio wale wenyewe mnatuluzia game. Unajua wewe na dem mnafaa kuwa rada.
This guy, I'm a traditional nigga but not on everything. Dizo. That's what you need to get. I'm just like you.
How do you fika home na ujue dem wako amefika? Kaja fika. How?
Okay, sawa. Hapo nayo umeni challenge.
Labda. Me, I'm like,
how
do you just get there and act like you're not going to take like the natural flow of things?
No,
just because I'm not there?
What do you mean?
Just because of my absence?
I'm supposed to...
No, on a regular day, when you get home, what do you want to do? You want to kick back, you want to relax, you want to eat, you want to go to bed.
Yes.
So now, the eating component and the kicking back
determines on whether you're home or not.
Yes.
Yeah.
And again, you're not going to address this with me just to, for the sake of it.
Mina kushowe cheki ni aje wendo unakam kuivisha. Mimi siivishi.
Okay, hiyo ni poa.
Sasa hapo ndo unasema hivi.
Naivisha ni.
Unaona hiyo ndo kitu mimi I don't reach there.
Yeah.
Hiyo ndo utoi mimi sifiki.
Again.
Unaniget? Hiyo ndo utoi mimi sifikishi. Na hiyo ndo utoi wazazi wetu walikuwa nayo. Wazazi wetu wanafaa tuseme old school.
Even me, that's
some childish shit.
That's some extremely childish shit.
Mimi nitakwambia mimi wewe unajua unafaa kufika home, si ndio? Wewe hujafika, you will organize. Unajua mufika hii time uko like yenyewe babe, can I get this and this for you? Itakuwa. Bra, me I'll warm that shit. Unaniget? Juu umeniongelesha. But ati nifike 10 kwa nyumba yangu huku niambia utakuwa late. And then nifike 10 sikuoni. I'm not even discussing.
Alafu unaanza kucheza PS. For me that's where the childishness comes in.
You get
Cheki. Si ati Kenya umesema is too draconian or too far from what I'm saying. Unaelewa?
Wait, there's so much.
Kenya nasema tu ni wewe unafaa kukua hapo kudushe tenye unafaa.
Nitashikaje pad? Mimi nitakuwa
unaelewa uko wapi? Unaelewa hiyo nikifika hiyo gidhaa. Juu mimi sitakukazia.
Nimefika kwa hao huko.
Mimi sitakazia yangu.
Wait a minute.
Ende upige shots na
your wife is not home.
Yeah,
your wife is not home.
Yes.
Why is it that when Jamas get married to a woman, it's like you guys forget she was a whole human being before you?
Exactly.
Come on, man. Oh,
like
bro.
She had enjoyments, the things she likes to do, that she's breathing for heaven's
sake. I know.
If she gets home, if she gets home,
then they don't know that story.
Me personally,
we are meant to align, eh?
I can be called.
We are meant to align timelines.
It's not about aligning. Get.
It's about keeping.
She should organize you as a man.
I'm actually understanding you, Diesel.
No, for real, let me tell you.
What I'm not understanding is man's like Vitaly.
I've not said anything too.
That's some fucking childish shit. For real, though.
Uko wapi?
I think it's the same shit. Wait.
I feel like you're the kind of guy who
mtu mmoja bonge.
Tunaweza kuja hapo ati tuseme we are going, the dishes are full of the sink is full of dishes.
Yo, mtu mmoja bonge.
We do one sink at a time. One dish at a time.
Dom, nilikuwa nakwambia.
One dish at a time nini? What the fuck?
Ukileta dem, yeah? Randomly, unilete dem. I expect a lot, you get? Randomly, uniambie you are hooked up with this chick, she's coming to your place this week. Randomly, I'll expect a lot, right? But now, dem wangu. Dem wangu. Demu wangu wananijua venye mkua. Si ndio? I'm old school. Demu wangu hawezi kubali nifike kwa hao kajafika.
Kama hajakushow.
Unajua
Sababu
yani ile
anakujua.
akichelewa atanichapia babe.
Yeah.
Yenyewe ni hivi na hivi, unajua? Na mimi nikijua hivyo, heri ni uende, nimuulize uko. Sawa, mimi nikimaliza na kama na kuchukua kama tumeenda.
Akona gari yake.
Gari yake ni bro, gari
Utaacha hiyo yako,
what do
mimi
you mean?
mimi
Hiyo
nakwambia
gari
babe.
peana.
Me I'm coming for you. Bro.
Mimi am coming.
You get? Yeah.
No, na sijakuweka prison.
Simple.
Unajua?
And imagine even me, I take that car to the parking. I even pay for it overnight parking so that my babe comes and takes me home.
Sijakuweka
I am so
prison.
with that.
Na hivyo
I
ndio
am
inafaa
so with
kukua.
it.
Mimi
I
sijakuweka
am
prison.
so
Me am
with it.
coming for you. Ile you're not even ati na kukujia uende ukanipikie kwa hao.
Nope.
No. Tutakula mimi na wewe tuende kwa hao. As in I own you. Me I'm telling you by the it's literally by the time I marry you I own you. And I'm gonna take responsibility of that.
What you're
shit.
submissive to submissive.
Yeah,
Moti.
man.
No,
I'm
I'm
gonna
old
take
school.
responsibility
I'm
of
just
that
old
shit.
school.
Yeah, hivyo ndio inafaa kukua.
Mimi demu wangu afai kunipigia
Shimzi.
kelele.
Shimzi,
Mimi
Shimzi.
nitamlipia
Ebu
kila
tap
kitu.
Shimzi,
No,
Shimzi.
no.
Ama
Ebu,
For me,
ebu, hii conversation
Dom,
Shimzi.
it's just as simple as be forthcoming with your partner. Okay?
What are you talking about
Fa-
forthcoming?
no. There's this thing. You've actually stated it very well. You're saying your partner is a whole other person before you meet them, right? But your partner meets you. Non-partner. When you meet me, I would hope, if nothing else, you should understand me.
Okay, for Dizo, I respect. That's him. May have no issue with it whatsoever. I respect that. But me, I'm just saying in general. Like,
I pressed by mistake. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
on
that's
a
the
group
issue.
call.
you're calling, okay. Like, so I tell you, I'm going home.
Yeah.
Then I ask you where you are.
No. Now you see.
Okay, me personally, let me say this how. Okay. This is what I was trying to tell you, Moti, how me, I'm a very liberal. Like, I'm very liberal. Like, I don't.
Like,
it's not that I don't own.
I'm getting you, but I feel like you're missing out on the basic.
You're
essential-
puny. You're
Some,
puny.
no,
No, it's
tradition for him and tradition for us, guys. It's not the same.
no.
baby.
Let me tell you, and let me
Like,
shock
imagine-
you.
Africa is
No,
a
Can I
puny.
tell you something? That I'm gonna shock you right
exactly.
now.
You either provide or not.
It's either
Let me
you
tell you, let me
act
shock
up
you.
or
Shock us.
shut up.
Shock us,
Let me
Dom.
shock you. From when I was very young, I've been in those Kikuyu tradition men he's talking about. I was initiated in that group. It's called Vingira, and you know.
Any.
Thank you. I
Yeah,
know
man.
those traditions.
Okay.
I practice. And let me shock you. And these piercings you have, all of them. They don't. Those men don't even know.
Okay.
They've never seen me. I can never even go with this hat like this in front of those men. He knows. He knows the traditional way. I'm not speaking out. I know these things. If I didn't, I would have shut it up. But what I'm trying to say is, as someone who's experienced that tradition,
Okay.
yeah, this is just me personally. I'm a very liberal person. You get? So it's not that I don't know, and that's what I'm saying. For me, the reason why I understand and I respect it is because I know there are men who are like that, there are women who are like that, and that is totally okay.
Them. Yeah.
That's okay. That's why I'm not here bashing Dizo at you get what they I cannot understand it. That's cool. Dizo is that he's that guy. He's traditional. Ni sawa,
I love the way that you
Vile-
putting the arms into it.
Vin Ulem say if you've not cooked, and we
Misidishi.
shouldn't bash him for it because
No, me I feel like we should.
let me tell you
For
why.
me, it's a bit. Okay,
Let me tell you why.
because
Let me
I'm
tell you
like,
why.
oh,
You are the
It's an
bash.
extremely fucking high standard.
Television.
Yeah.
It's so
Let me
Let me tell
puny.
you. Can I tell you
And I'm
something?
like, why?
mi ndo
Can I tell you
naivishi
something? No,
umekuwa
let me- let me-
nikijivishia
let
hii
me
time
finish.
yote
Let me say what I was saying.
ndo
Kwani
You see,
mmekosana aje na mtu
this-
wako?
this-
Hata sikuko
Ajui,
sana. Kwani
this-
wewe ni
ajui
nani?
kukula.
You which are you breathing? That you cannot
Me what I
even
normally
say you're in the house. You
There's
can't,
certain-
any, you cannot even
there's certain-
notify.
there's certain
We cannot
elements.
even discuss.
There's certain
Which
elements
chair are you breathing?
no I was
There's
just
certain
just
elements
exercising
about a
some
man
totalitarian
that can
shit
be worked on
Yes. Yes.
extremely on both parties. There are points where it's like, yo, this is seriously wrong, like physical abuse, those kind of things. Mental abuse, those ones are wrong. But me I normally say in relationships, you have to find that there are those things. It's called luggage, both personal luggage. You see, it's luggage, and it doesn't have to be bad luggage per day, and that's why people get it wrong. Luggage is also something that is with someone. Who he is also luggage, by the way. For example, Dizo, that's him. That's part of his luggage. Him, when you get married to him,
You just know that's the tea.
that's not the T. And him, he makes it. I'm sure you make it very clear
I'm
from the
very
get go.
bra.
yeah
Him will make it very clear
Yeah,
from the
very,
get-go.
very clear.
And it
Kama
should
anaweza kukujia.
Si ati utashtuka
That
ati
can-
nimefanya hivyo.
That's why I'm normally saying this generation we have to identify, because to anybody else that can come out, it's not being toxic. It's really not. It's not toxicity. It's just that, for me, as ABCD, these are my lines. There are certain things, of course, there's bullshit, but for me as a
There's
man,
BS.
you see, for a lady, you know how nowadays ladies are like, for me, I can't be the man who doesn't have a house, who doesn't have that, who doesn't have that. That's not toxicity. It's just your standard.
Yes.
People can't identify nowadays between standard and toxicity. That's a standard for Diesel. That's a standard
For me.
for V. For
This
you, it's a
person.
standard.
Yeah.
Exactly. You've just named. What did you say again? You park your car in the parking lot, and then your man picks you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easily.
That's your standard.
And again, if that's what he
in
wants
fact,
to
she-
do, you get
And
me.
that's- and
If
that's-
that's the
And to someone,
aforementioned
and do you know- and
agreement,
to
The
another-
epitome of
Absolutely.
submission.
another lady.
Yeah.
Eka hiyo gari
I'm
huko,
like,
ni
easily.
That's to a lady.
No. And then
The
what? I'll go
epitome
flossing
of
to my friends.
submission.
Oh my God, did you see? I parked my car in the parking lot.
Exactly.
Because why? Because my
I was
hubby came
waiting
to get
for your
me.
idea.
Okay.
And to another
Okay.
lady-
Your bitches are out here unwanted and uncared
and to
for.
another lady.
Mimi
Leave
wangu
her
anadikujia
car,
hapo.
go
And
Hey,
to-
baby, I'm like, does someone
Natafuria.
need my keys? Guys,
To
my
another
full
lady-
tank. Full
To
tank.
another
One part-
lady, Muti.
Yeah, that's being
so-
lambistic.
that's
And
being
I
lambistic.
understand.
That's what I'm saying.
And I understand.
We need to, as a society, especially for the sake of societal values and norms, people shouldn't put labels of toxicity on standard, and that's where people are going
People
to
shouldn't put labels.
Period.
on
Period.
standard. You get,
Don't put labels.
yeah.
Not on standards.
Oh,
Not
you
on
get,
standards.
'cause
Don't put labels.
If for me, if Diesel had said things like ati on the way home ati anambash kwa simu nini abusive, that would have been like okay. But Diesel has just basically said, for me, just as Diesel, as me, I can't get home V. My wife, and that's cool. That's his standard. V, same thing. So guys should, because I feel like that's why relationships also really not working, and that's where there's that stride between money. Like that we're talking about. Does she love money? You personally can't unapenda do V. Niambie
Sema
from the
unapenda
get
do.
go. Just tell me from the get go. Me as
Mimi
a
do yako
person,
na die.
Mimi
do.
nadai do.
You know, like
So
as
me
person,
najua I have to work
yeah,
hard.
to keep
For
it
the
you.
money.
Exactly.
Period.
And that's not it's
Hiyo
not,
haifai
it's not
kuwa
it's not a
ati-
toxic element.
Mm.
It's just who you are. Me, I love personally, maybe a girl says I love the high life, and for me that's standard count. Jitoe tu. Usikende mwambie dem ati you're toxic, you're all about money, she loves your money. No, that girl just has a particular standard
And that's her standard.
that unfortunately at this particular time in life, as fate has it, you can't keep. So it's okay, remove yourself, and maybe if you can't remove yourself, find an element to match that element that she likes in another way. Like you're saying, you have to, those two elements you're talking about, a man has to be very wide in the spectrum of resource. Resources are very wide, you know what I mean?
Extremely.
It's an extremely wide.
Yeah. And that's why
So-
I always have to reiterate.
Yeah,
You can't lack resource.
yeah.
By the way, for me as a human being, I'm like, if you cannot compute your resources to make a positive change or whatever kind of change in your life,
Yeah.
then my guy, you're living wrong. You're living wrong. And back to also what you've said, it's very important for people to realize that that thing for standard is very subjective. Yeah.
Thank you. It's varies.
And because of the subjectivity, it's also not something we should try to replicate. I feel like a lot of the toxicity that's happening is because I think we're probably talking about this on the break. You meet this person who's had or set this standard, yeah, and then you move on from said person, and then guess what? You're trying to set the same standards in
Don't
the
force
next
it on
situation.
someone else.
Yeah. It's like, yo, mse alikuwa hivi, and I especially fault it with ladies. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like guys have an easier way of adjusting. Udim amekam hivi, so nitamchukua hii,
But do you know what Jamas?
nitamchukua
Do you know what
hii.
But
Jamas?
you know what,
But
Muti?
a lot of
Let me
a lot of
take you-
ladies.
Achille will come and confirm.
Let me take you guys back to something, Muti. That's because there's no one definition of a man, but we have one definition of a woman, apparently. Because honestly, think about it. If a man or if men would all act and behave in a manner likely to subject we are the superior, unajua wewe ndio unafaa kuwa unashughulikia vitu, si ati Yanks anafaa ku pick up on your slack, then shit would have been different. because then women would have remained stayed in their place, knowing men would have stood up to their place and provided as Dizo would have suggested, or for the flash ones, wangetoa maganji.
But that's the problem, V, man. That's the fucking problem.
What do you mean?
Kila mtu anaona yeye ni superior. Look at the history, bro. You know, ukiangalia history, madem wanaweza toa kitu kwa history. Iwaonyeshe hao ni superior. Unaget? Maniga wanaweza toa kitu kwa history. Iwaonyeshe hao ni superior.
But sawa,
hiyo part ya superior ndio nakataa.
Sawa, hiyo part ya superior unakataa. But wewe fikiria hivi, mbona tukiwa as in the olden times, because we're traditional niggas, right? We learn from the fathers of our fore. Unaelewa? So that means that you have a certain line of behavior, a tradition. Unaelewa? You're guided by some certain level of principles. Unaelewa? Which nowadays are eroded. Unaelewa? Sai hakuna huo man mwenye atasema mimi active and kitambo, fikiria kitambo haikuwa ati unajibeba ati we jueni msuperior una act ina maana likely to suggest unadharau hata hao wase wengine.
Nikupatie example. King na Queen. Watoi wao walikuwa wanariziwa aje? Unaniget? As in aungekuwa queen if you're weak. Period. Haungekuwa king if you're weak. Tuache kitu tunasema ati men, women, mimi nasema hivi bra, if you're strong you're strong. If you're weak, you're weak. Now that's the change that we are dealing with. Kitambo hatuko na hiyo change kwa sababu kitambo ilikuwa tunajua the strong people are the men.
So now you're accepting that men can also be weak. That's what you're saying.
Bro, we've been raised by my dad has been weak.
That's why we call
But
them
does that mean that you
six.
should also be weak or raise a weak
I'm
nigga?
just saying if my dad was weak and I can come to weak, then I'll be weak.
It's a continuing line of
It's a continuing line
strong,
of weakness.
Now unaweza raisiwa na mtu weak na niko strong, right?
But haimaanisha ati usahau wewe unafaa kuwa strong. Unaelewa? Hiyo ndo point yenye mimi hapo ndo mimi natokea.
Inamaanisha
the point is
nisahau.
Hapana, si ati usahau, inamaanisha wewe unakubali Yanks anaweza kubeba, si ndio?
Kwa sababu nimeona mamangu anakubeba. Brother, let me tell you, let's just fucking face reality, man. If you're weak, you're weak. Hii part ya watu wa weak wanajaribu kuforce kuwa strong, hiyo ndio inaleta toxicity. If you're strong, you're strong. Watu wa strong wenye wanakuja wana behave kuwa bigger people, bigger person. Around your toxicity.
Sikatai na Kenya unasema Dizo.
Sikatai
na Kenya unasema juu kila mtu lazima akuwe na place na position yake in society. Kila mtu lazima akuwe na place na position yake. Unaweza disagree, but ukweli ni hata kwa wanaume lazima kukuwe na ule msee mwenye honestly ana mwenye ana lead na mwenye ana follow.
Wanaitwa alpha na
mabeta. Alpha na hao wengine.
Unaona hata kwa females. Hata kwa females kuna alphas.
Yeah.
Na ukiangalia acha nikwambie ukweli, V. Enda ka follow wolves.
Wolves,
Yeah. Ni wolves, yeah.
Alikuwa amenipoteza. I'm like wolves.
I was like, hey,
Wolof, you're like, do you mean jollof rice ama?
They are wolves. But people wolves.
Wolves.
Huyo alpha haendei beta. An alpha doesn't
always
mate
seek out with another
with a beta.
It's true.
You know, they mate with an alpha.
Strength begets strength.
Now the alpha has to submit.
One has to submit to the
Not
other.
one.
The female has to submit to the man.
Has to submit. So
And-
meaning,
and-
skiza, no.
kuna
Sisi
packs. Let me just mention
sisi
kuna packs zenye
right.
ma females ndo alpha.
Kwa sababu no man proved a point. Unaget alpha ni alpha,
makes sense.
Alpha ni alpha. Hiyo ndio kitu tunasema saa hizi vi. Sasa sisi tunatajaribu kuforce yenyewe mwanamume ndo anafaa kulead. Now if you are not a leader, what are you leading? Unaniget? Accept unafaa kulidiwa.
Be led.
Man or woman?
Man or woman, man. A leader is a leader, bra.
Leaders
Mimi hizi naweza kaa hivi, naweza kaa na mwanamke, bora mwanamke ana take care of her own people. Na huyu mwanamke anafaa kuwa na mwanamume kwa sababu anajua huyu mwanamume ana take care of his own people. Bana, leader ni leader.
Leaders are born, they're not made.
They are not made, bana. Tusikuje tuseme jueni mtoto wangu na mimi nilikuwa hivi. So when you leader,
actually, that brings about a very complex argument, because right now that puts you in a very tough spot, because you're very hard on feminists.
Yeah,
right now you're coming very hard on that feminine G-spot.
Feminists are not leaders, bruh. Feminists are not leaders. Anyone who divides and conquers is not a leader.
Not all feminists choose to divide and conquer.
No, so long as mimi as a feminist, you're dividing and conquering. So long as it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman.
The angle of divide, I see where he's coming from.
I get it, but I think it's very...
If you're a leader, you're a fucking leader, brother.
It's a very linear thought, that one, Dizo.
No, me I'd go with that. Mimi saizi, mimi mtu yote anakuja mimi am a feminist, fuck you. Mtu kuja niambie mimi am a chauvinist, fuck you.
And you see, there I'd refer you to the thing that you said about labels. Just because these people come and plaster themselves these labels, you disregard them, yeah?
Completely.
I'm like, I wish they came and they told you, hey, me,
Why
I
do you
stand
hate?
for
Why does Dizo hate
women's
feminists so much?
rights.
No, I don't hate
or
feminists.
I stand for people's rights, or I
hate
stand for
labels.
equity.
You hate
I
labels.
hate labels. Nugget, I hate labels.
So
I don't
it doesn't matter
But you know,
what
feminine.
label
You know,
that
actually,
you
but do you know?
I don't hate.
branded as
Mtu unaweza nikujia hivi ukuje uniambie ni chauvinist. Fuck you.
same thing.
Unajua, fuck you. Me, I'm just saying,
That
if
you
you're a
define
leader,
yourself as this thing.
if you're a leader, you'll take care of everyone.
That's true. You see, like what I was
You
saying.
you won't need a women rep. You won't need shit.
But you
You'll
know,
take
leaders-
care
You
of
just need
everyone.
reps.
You see leaders. You see like what I was saying, that leaders are born. If you look at like legendary leaders in society throughout history, it started from their childhood.
Yep.
You could always there was always something special about them.
Even the most cliche, which
Even
is
the-
Jesus,
yeah.
I suppose.
There's always
Fuck
something
Jesus,
about
though,
it.
but yeah.
There's something,
I said cliche.
there's something
Sure.
about it. But now, actually, at that point on feminism, if I may say something, the most interesting thing about feminism is feminism was ideally a theory that was brought up to achieve equality, not to separate. Femininity was brought up for women to be seen as equals to men, which is 100% correct. But now the issue that has become to this day and age is where now it's being seen as a point of authority, a point of competition.
I think especially
point-
that.
Like you say,
The
for me,
competition.
like for me, I normally say, unajua, me, I don't have a son or a daughter, but
Yet.
for my friends who, shut up.
Yet.
For my friends, for example,
Maybe
Dizo
if you're Dom's
ukipeleka,
baby mama out there, please.
shut up, ukipeleka
just
mdoi
come
wako,
and, like,
mimi nasemanga,
hapo
for,
kwenye
let's say
bonds.
one day, Dizo is my friend. I tell Dizo, bro, mimi niko area, acha nichukue mtoi wako chuo. That's those things I do for my friends, by the way. So, if I go there and I find they're being told, oh, girls beat boys, boys beat girls. For me, that's
Fuck that shit.
that thing normally annoys me so much,
Fuck that shit.
because it creates like, you know,
It's
how
divide and conquer.
it's a dividing
Dizo.
thing, because you see, like, even when you see KCPE,
Wacha maliza.
KCPE, alafu unaonanga the girls outperform the boys, or the boys, I'm like,
That's
you
actually
unasema
always
nini?
the headline.
it should
Boys outshine girls.
it should never
at-
be.
Mwenye ameperform.
I may perform. This
It
is the
doesn't
thing.
haifai kukuwa
This is
sijui
what-
nani
this is-
ameoutshone
This is what's
nani.
happening. This is what's happening in my view, and the future society is in serious doom. Okay, this is my estimate. Guys, society tumefika place where it's about kabisa women empowerment. I'm for that V kabisa. But it's getting to a point where women are kind of losing track of who they are in society. And what I was telling you in the car sometime we were talking, and I was telling you, what defines a man is not the size of his house, the size of his car, the size of his wallet. You see that element that this was talking about? For me, what resonated about that thing of me nikisizifika home leadership. For this is leadership. He's a he
and that's
what
primarily
defines Diesel is that ability to speak as a man and be heard in the household.
Even if it's about something as simple as
time, getting
fika
home.
kwa nyumba.
You get, and that's what men are. That's what men, those values, leadership. Yeah, leadership, those things. Now, what has happened is women have been empowered to a point where, you see those things I was telling you about, cars, houses, money and everything. Women have it, even more than men. So now, men are very threatened. Because now I can't speak in the house. I can't tell about rent, and she's also, and as a lipayo rent.
The thing is, Dom.
So now they are backtracking to the traditional ways of, if a woman V speaks over you, unadai kumuunda
juu unalipaga rent sasa unafanya hivi.
Mind if I cut you short?
So now let me just finish this point V. Sorry. So I don't
Let
lose
me
my train of
finish
thought.
Even me, I'm like, even me, I want him to finish.
You see,
please finish.
so that's what's happening. So now what's happening is, now men are getting physical, or now they're trying to find their place because they're not empowered. Because society has taken it to a point where an empowered man has to have a car, a big house, and those things. That's not what made. If you look at it, see, that's not what made a man.
For
empowered.
me,
It's
that's
leadership, the ability to speak in a clan and be heard, the ability to go look and provide for the family. Those are the things that once men have been taken away from that, now they're losing their stuff. And now we're having a point where it's becoming a serious competition between the two genders.
And they're trying to
A
over-assert
serious
themselves.
And now what's happening is, unfortunately,
with the
now
things
the
that they
children
have.
are being raised in a competitive way.
the thing is,
And it's
Dom.
It's really messing
Listen,
up society. Yeah.
the thing is, it's the way you're saying it by design. So much money is being pumped into the feminist agenda that we don't have a choice as men, because other men are not thinking the way men are supposed to be thinking.
No, we have a
Let
choice.
me finish.
want to
Let me
say-
finish my point.
And I
Just Melinda Gates. Listen, let me say, Melinda Gates partnered with another billionaire lady. I can't remember the name, but they partnered to put together at least $4 billion towards the feminist agenda and the LGBTQ. So that means already
please repeat who did that. Please repeat who did that.
Melinda Gates.
What's Bill Gates doing?
That's what do you mean? I mean, if
It's
you're asking me
it's
that, unless
taking
you're
me
saying my
back to
point,
the
unless
point.
you're saying my
It's
point,
taking me back to the point
What
of
did Bill Gates do?
V.
They have
Simping.
the same money.
Simping.
We both grew up.
he's simping.
I'm telling you.
Huh?
He's simping.
Then
You're talking
let's
about the
attack
feminist
people who are
agenda.
simping.
And that's what I'm telling
Let's
you.
not
What do you
attack
mean?
Vitalis,
the people
Vitalis,
who
you
are
cannot
leaders.
make this conversation
I've
because
barely even made my fucking point, and you guys
make
are all
it,
down
make
my
it,
neck.
please.
What I'm
Okay.
saying
make
is,
it, please.
what I'm saying is,
We're dying here.
listen, wanaume sahi form ni kunyenyekea. Unaelewa venye tu umesema. Na form ni kunyenyekea
I
kwa sababu my yanks wanataka mnyenyekee. Unaelewa? Si kwa sababu juu, trust me, hautafanya kitu sahi. Mwanaume hautafanya kitu ka yanks wako prior to that haja kupatia approval. Kwa sababu huwezi spend do na hiyo ndo kenye point yenye Doma alikuwa na make. Huwezi spend do bila kuambia yanks wako.
What I was trying to make was,
Unaelewa?
women are empowered, and what's happened is there are no empowered men for women. You understand? That's the point I was driving at. Women have been empowered. They know themselves. They know what they want. But the men don't know what they want. They're not empowered. So what's happening is there's a gap. And that's why women can never see. Women are seeing as... And it's what this was saying.
It's
is
not that
you have to, let me tell you, as a man, you have to first find yourself and define yourself as a man. Men are very different, and we're not the same, by the way.
it's not that the men don't know what they want. It's just that the structures that have for so long built what men should be like and what they should want
Bro, men don't know what they
are
want
broken
because
down. Kwa sababu wewe Dizo hakuna
venye. My question is who broke them down? Who broke them down?
There's no role model.
Ndio maana nakwambia
who broke them down because in as much as you want to say things have been passed through feminist agenda. I'm like what of the men? What of the men?
Unaweza sema what of the men? Unaweza sema what of the men but Dizo the fact of the matter is sai do inabonga kuliko sense.
Ndio sijakataa.
Na do imeshinda ikibonga kuliko sense tangu mayanks waeke do kwa kupusha agenda ya mayanks.
Me I want to ask a simple question.
Unataka kuniambia hii time yote?
And I want to pose
it hii time yote venye mademo meka do, hii do ime make sense na kila kitu. Unataka kuniambia hatujakuwa na strong men?
Kumekuwa na strong men lakini hawajaweka resources za kuput agenda towards this.
Kuna Dangote.
Amedu.
Mbona bibi yake hakuwa richer than him?
It's not even about bibi yake kukuwa richer than him kwa sababu Melinda Gates bibi ya the richest nigga sahi ndio one of the richest women in the fucking world mse. Kwa sababu ya design. Mimi kudanganyi the divorce to Bill Gates ilikuwa by fucking design.
Not even that. I'm like you are
a woman or a man.
You sound like a guy who's really using the circumstances against his own situation. And I'll give you a very simple example, yeah? And I want to actually end this show because we've not finished this show, guys. Trashing up mpaka 8 o'clock.
Oh, shit.
Guys, the time is so fast. But I just want to give you a very, very simple example, yeah? And I will always say that for me, why I live my life the way I live my life is because I have observed, if nothing else, even when I have not heard implicitly or explicitly, I have observed how the women in my space, the women who I looked up to, live their lives. And what I've seen is two things. Women who wish they did better and women who did the best they could regardless. Okay? Those two things have ruled me. And often my aunts tell me, hey, Gadoni, take your time, do what you want, XYZ, XYZ. And they pump me with these affirmations, what I like to call affirmations, of the life they wish they want me to live as a younger woman. And that's my question to you, Vitalis. Where are the men who should be telling you, hey, my son, my nephew, my XYZ, live like this? Because vile tumeona vitu zikienda, even ndio rada but the men who preceded the generation that is currently there.
Can I answer you?
For me, one thing, the men who did not know what, as Dizo is saying, they hawakuwa najijua enough to know that, you know what, as a fucking man, I should stand with myself always, even when these women are coming against me. They got lost in the wave of feminism. And for me, I cannot blame women for pushing their own agenda. I will always support a woman to push her own agenda.
It was by fucking design that the strongest of men...
agenda,
it was a fucking design, but that the strongest of men were killed off and that the positions of those men were replaced by women.
Those men should have
It was by fucking design.
Those men should have
It was by fucking design.
Why did it
that
those
we have spoken
we
have spoken in this very
as
show.
Women, we have known.
I don't want us to speak over each other. I don't want us to speak about over each other. Wait, you've made your point. Let me just make a point.
Wacheni nikwambie hivi, I'm telling you this, nature iko na rule moja.
Eat or be eaten.
Unajua, the strongest wata survive. They always survive. The strongest always survive. You're in nature. Na haijasema au kwa strongest kuna male or female. Unajua imesema tu the strongest.
It's very very open by the way.
Acha tu
always survive.
Maliza tu nikujibu.
Ndio nakwambia hivi brother, hiyo part yenu unaleta ni
to the audience. You don't even want your answer.
Hiyo ndio kitu mimi sitaki. Hiyo ndio kitu mimi sitaki.
Mimi
sitaki ni you divide and conquer, bro.
Si story na divide and conquer.
No. As a man, do your shit. As a woman, do your shit. Brother, just fucking come out strong. Period.
Dizo,
see
divide. That's why nasema see story na divide and conquer kwa sababu look at nature in itself. In a pride of lions, inaweza kuwa lion haidoingi shit, haijawahi hata do shit for hata months on end, but all the lionesses work so fucking hard under this nigga. Just let me make my fucking point. Let me make my fucking point.
Maliza, please.
Bro, lion in on pride. Unajua chenye na mimi.
Umekuwa kinyonjina hii point tangu tuanze.
Chenye inamaanisha
maliza tu kumbao na hii point mazee.
Chenye inamaanisha ni position yake kama man haijawahi change. He has stayed true to himself, and the lion has stayed true to himself all these centuries long. Amekuwa kidu Kenya na do all this while long. Sisi kama men tunabonga juu ya nature. Sisi kama men tumerudisiwa kwa position ya kwanza kufikiria tunaweza kuwa second to someone else. Unaelewa? Ndio unaweza admit kuna dame anaweza kuwa better than you. Unaweza admit kuna man anaweza kuwa better than you, but haimaanishi relinquish your position as a man. That is the fucking point I'm making. You should always stay strong. Mse, we're speaking the same language but in a different tone. Unabonga soprano, mimi nabonga bass.
Guys, the show needs to end.
The show needs to end. The 420 show is over. The 420
show, guys, please stay tuned to tomorrow's episode. Tomorrow's episode, remember guys, it is www.rogueradio.live.
Or you can find us on YouTube at Rogue Radio KE.
Remember, this is the best online station.
On Facebook on Rogue Radio KE.
Yeah.
On Twitter, catch the conversation. Also, be sure to be tuned in for more updates on Zipang.
Zipang, guys, please remember.
Videos, lots of coming through for you.
Yeah, please remember, guys. Zipang Thursday is an amazing. Remember,
your Tanqueray bottles at TG's.
Exactly.
Because it's Rogue Nights, Rogue fucking offers.
Yep. You'll never get those offers anywhere.
Ever.
Beats, Mr. 808.
Merudi tena, siseme nimekuja mapema. Juvenye na hema, si mnajua kitu nimepewa. Nasikia mnasema, tisaro napenda kupewa. Kaweni wajuja, kipewa lazima utapenya. Alafu na cheki support na kuja kwa wingi, thank you bana. Madiem kibao, mamoro membao, nataka hii kitu sana. Na venye na cheki tukiendelea hivi, nitasema yes bana. Yes bana, morio leta biringanya bana. Liko ni washo, hizi ni mistari mispendi kitu sana. Kacheki ntabou, nita disappoint, mamoro napenda vagina. Akwapi zero, tufanye kolabo moja yenye tawachanganya. Akamna mandom, tuchafue flow, tukiwa mamoshi bana. Moto sana, tadhani ndani kuna basen bana. Na wanga mchana, usiku na kesha kichoma mashada. Ogopa bana, jumuki ni disu na ako sana. Mini mtoto sana, utenda kamitu kishikwa na mbanga. Mina jidai, staka badeni mebeba utadhani ni ndai. Niko fly, misi na deni lakini bado unanidai. Unanidai, unataka ngwai, unataka zenye pejali ni wai. Venye uko hai na uko na ndai, kazi ni kuuliza mbona ni wai. Nilisahau Hamisi, ile design nilisahau kamisi. Kwanza jo nimekumisi, konzelo wakati unashika mati. Wendo unapendanga kisi, mi wanapendanga miti. Sikuzi ulichorea kiki, uliacha kusetika menje kwa kiti. Kaza kitu ni fiti, nchapa ni kama utalipa majiti. Father mi ndiyo kipi, safinya finya ni kaparachichi. Kaparachichi, kona kijiti, venye na hangjo haijifichi. Na mini vajo, staki ubishi, kauli ni kuloli kulanga missing. Leo nimedunga jisi, nimejileta nataka unidishi. Nyama kwa nyama spiki, hindu le nyama unakulanga mbichi. Flavor ni kama iliki, kani kisima josi tuko fishing. Hii nyama kama iliki, mwenye nakula ni kama ni rich kid. Saru mbogi ni kanu, mino na kujanga kuleta hamu. Daily na kujanga na mautamu, ni za kikosto kutoka Lamu. Baz ni ngori shinda mbogi genje, baz na chano tadhani ni veve. Makali meshinda ya wembe, jumina lima takuliko jembe. Mina washika na sinanga wende, jumini oji nyini maembe. Chura bishana na mende, hapo na hang tu kama makide. Legendary, mi ndio legend, kaka kupei wataka ende. Saro na kwanga na utamu ya tende, Mr. Kipiza nijenge tusembe. Skuizi ni meme ya pembe, nilizaliwa kasinanga nyege. Katambe wataka ende, kalambe kaperemende. Kan marapa mino mkali hapa, mina represent kali kako hapa. Juna chana fasta kasemenya kasta harambe mbogi ni genje. Kauna nipenda nikembe, nikaze nikameze tembe. Kichwa ni kama malenge, mina kutolea form. Kona mzinga weleta tundom, mina kupeleka home bro, weza ni jurende ni wrong.
Alex, bye.
Yeah. Codes. Ataka nitujiromba sabila rasa rarua mandranya rasa nyoroka rasa nikukarura na marora wezi roll bila shada kanikimbichwa tuna kisunda tukwa rasa kama daru wezi ndara bila shada wailai kantinyuria siwezi nyuria na mafala wailai minatambua Casablanca from kibao kwanza nyuria na hizo shada wailai itabidi zimenishika wailai chinkibela kata mazi cheza chini na mandranya miudinya machale wezi mdinya kuna dema na denki smoke na choke mindo don dada fanya nikuonyeshe mindo gagula agugu fanya nikuonyeshe mindo gagula agugu fanya nikuonyeshe mindo gagula agugu fanya nikuonyeshe mindo gagula agugu
najua tu kuzangwai kazi ya kusekiwa maweng na mamali. Niko biashara ya kusleng na kusanif. Peng fulani alitreskani na Arif. Bad boy mtriki, isi ndenge ni mashini. Na nikivibe na msupa hanipimi. Rodi na freeze, hadi na freeze majirani. Mrenga ndani ni krimi, tuna slide to Diani. I hope you know that huyo jamaa si stepper. Huyo mtu wenu ni muoga. Tumegeuka wachawi tunawaroga. Na sipo rojo, kusema kweli biashara imenoga. Niko on road sikutwai na sijaoga.
Fanya nikuonyeshe mindo gagula agugu 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 kandaru wasindara bila shada wailai kantinyuria siwezi nyuria na mafala wailai minatambua Casablanca from kibao kwanza nyuria na hizo shada wailai itabidi zimenishika wailai sana kibela kata mazi cheza chini na mandranya miudinya machale wezi mdinya kuna dema na denki smoke na choke mindo don dada
Hey, ni aje watu wangu wa nguvu. You're listening to back reggae.
On that reggae tip, this is DJ Okrima.
Never give up the fight, even though it's not an easy life. Boy, open up your eyes. Come on, you are an Israelite. Your time will come. Time will come. Push on. Your time will come. Time will come. It will come. Boy, so don't worry, my sister. Don't worry, dear brother, man. When the pressure chop you in the corner, still we have to carry on. Though the load may be heavy, journey may be long. Don't let them trap you in the corner, still we have to carry on. Oh, never give up the fight, even though it's not an easy life. Oh, open up your eyes, come on, you are an Israelite. Your time will come, time will come. Push through, your time will come, time push you to the back, man. Focus, black man. The system is a distraction. Forward, black man. Never let them push you to the back, man. Focus, black man. A full time we take some action. Come on, yeah. Tell the women prepare the youth. We are the roots who bring the fruits. Forward in a your Gideon boot. Yes, no man, Babylon a get trampled. Give I 7 or 13 miles. Black Star Line before our